Financial exploitation has been called the crime of the 21st century. It occurs when someone illegally uses another person's money or resources for profit or gain. Often, a senior or disabled adult is a target of financial exploitation. Many times, the perpetrator is someone the victim knows well, such as an adult child, another family member, caregiver, or friend. This fast-growing crime is vastly underreported because of the emotional bond between victim and perpetrator. Often, seniors and disabled persons are socially isolated and physically and emotionally dependent on a son, daughter, or caregiver, making it nearly impossible for them to report. If they do report, they're afraid of losing their caregiver and their independence. Reports of exploitation are handled by law enforcement and adult protective service agencies. In Missouri, adult protective services are provided by the Department of Health and Senior Services. Knowledge is the key to preventing financial exploitation. This program contains information about the warning signs of the crime, how to report it, and what you can do to prevent it. It's all part of MOSafe Missourians Stopping Adult Financial Exploitation. Fear causes us to do many things we may later regret. Next, you'll meet Mary, who, after realizing she can no longer live alone, has moved in with her well-intentioned daughter. Before the move, neither talks about who will pay for groceries or if Mary will be expected to chip in for rent. And at first, it doesn't seem to matter. But now.
And Nicole is just loving her ballet classes. She had a recital last Thursday.
She is just a doll. And Kyle's getting so tall. It's good to see you again. It's been too long.
Well, even though it's not my own house, it's been nice there. I was worried when the kids moved me in it would be too cramped, but they gave me the big guest room, the one with that beautiful wallpaper.
Sandy and Dan are so kind to open their home to you.
Yes, I have the greatest daughter and son-in-law. I was so worried about having to move into a nursing home after my fall.
You know Marge Wilson fell and broke her hip last week.
Oh, no.
And she's really concerned about going to a nursing home. Her children aren't able to help.
Oh, she's always been so active, walking every day and...
Can I get you girls anything else?
Oh, no, dear, I think we're ready for our check.
Okay, just pay me when you're ready. Sure.
Oh, goodness. I'm afraid I'm a little short. This is so embarrassing.
Oh, let me get your check today. You've done so much for me. Mary, are you all right?
Well, I don't know. I'm just sure. I just don't know.
About what? The check? Oh, sweetie, don't even mention it. Mary, are you having money problems? After your husband died, didn't you get his life insurance? And what about your Social Security?
Well, that's it. I'm not sure. When I moved in with the kids, Sandy insisted on being in charge of all my finances. And that was such a relief to me because I didn't have to worry about books and record keeping.
Well, you still have your savings account, don't you?
Well, yes, but Sandy is the co-signer. She thought it would be best that way in case of an emergency, you know.
Well, what do you do when you need to buy something? How do you pay for your hair appointments every week?
I stopped going.
Well, Sandy gives you some spending money, doesn't she? After all, it's your money.
Well, she did the first month, and she always said if I wanted anything, just to ask her. But there's always some reason she can't. And I think I should help Sandy and Dan with the household expenses, don't you think?
Well, certainly, but just to take your money and not give you any of it, well, that just isn't right.
I just don't want to cause any problems. The kids have taken me in, and I feel as though I should be grateful for that.
Unfortunately, older adults are often victims of financial exploitation, even by well-intentioned family members. The crime occurs when an older person is tricked, intimidated, or coerced into handing over money to a son, daughter, relative, or stranger. How could Mary have prevented the situation she now finds herself in? Trapped, more fearful than ever, and with no money of her own. Before moving, Mary and her daughter should have discussed specifics like who pays the rent, the groceries, and if there's anything left for spending money. We may all want to help our family financially, but remember, it is our money, and it should be our choice as to how it is spent. If you feel you're being exploited, call Adult Protective Services. It's hard to believe someone we love could exploit us, leaving us nothing to pay for food, bills, and utilities. But that's exactly what happens every day in every state, with devastating consequences for seniors and disabled people. In the next scene, you'll see the crime of financial exploitation occurring. On the first of every month, Vinny leads his elderly mother to the teller's window at the local bank so she can withdraw money, which she immediately hands over to him. Eventually, Vinny drains her entire account, and she doesn't even realize it. All the while, bank employees are suspicious, but are hesitant to report the transactions between their longtime customer and her son. Let's watch.
Hello, Mrs. Hawkins. How are you today?
I'm not too bad. I'd like to withdraw $500 in cash, please.
Right.
Actually, Mom, I could use $700.
I'm sorry. Change that to $700 in cash, please. Vinny's such a sweet boy, and he's so good to his mother.
Mrs. Hawkins, after this withdrawal, your balance will only be $53.34. Will that be enough to get you through the end of the month?
Yes, don't worry about it, because I have plenty of money.
60, 80, and 700. Thank you, Mrs. Hawkins.
Thank you, dear.
That sure worries me. I bet Claire never sees any of that money. I hear Vinny gambles. I sure wish there was something we could do.
Well, she has a right to do what she wants with her own money.
I told her account balance was low. Maybe she has some cash at home. Hello, Mrs. Hawkins.
Hello, I need $600. I have some bills to pay. They're going to cut me off.
Let me check. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hawkins. The balance of your account is $53.34. You don't have $600.
Oh, my. Well, all right. Thank you. Please, can you tell me how to get home? I can't remember how to get there.
Mrs. Hawkins, it's all right.
I have plenty of money.
Hawkins, are you
Vinny's
all right?
such a sweet boy, and he's so good to his mother. I have some bills to pay. They're going to cut me off. Please, can you tell me how to get home? I can't remember how to get there.
What Vinny did is very disturbing. And a crime? Yes, it is. Did you notice how Mrs. Hawkins seemed to be doing all right until she learned her money was gone? Then she couldn't cope and became very confused. I mean, some seniors may experience temporary confusion when confronted with traumatic events. There are ways to prevent a loved one or someone you trust from draining your bank account. Set up a direct deposit or an automatic bill-paying account at your bank. A direct deposit account allows Social Security and retirement checks to be deposited directly. An automatic bill-paying account allows payments for public utilities, credit cards, and other bills to be withdrawn securely and automatically. If Mrs. Hawkins had explored these options, her bills would have been paid each month, preventing the opportunity for her son to drain her account. If you or a friend have questions about other ways to protect yourself, talk to your bank or your credit union. If you suspect someone is being exploited, call Adult Protective Services at this toll-free number. In today's world, seniors may live a great distance from their family. so they may rely on friends and neighbors to help them to continue living independently. These arrangements frequently work out well, but some friends and neighbors may use their Good Samaritan role to take advantage of a senior.
Hello. Oh, hi, sweetheart. How's my favorite daughter? Yeah, I know you're my only daughter, but you're still my favorite. You know, I always enjoy our weekly chats. How's the weather out east? Well, it's really been cold here, too. Well, no, I haven't got my medicine yet. Yes, I know. I know the doctor wants me to take it. I just haven't asked Pearl to get it for me. Yeah, and I know she lives next door, and she says that it's not out of her way to get my groceries and my medicines for me, but, well, frankly, I don't know if I can afford it right now. No, it's not the cost of the medicine. I do know the insurance will cover it. It's just that, well, I don't know if I have enough money to keep paying Pearl. Yes, I know that she first did volunteer to do these things for me. Of course, when gas prices went up, I thought it was only right that I give her a little extra money for gas once in a while. But then a few months ago, she said she needed more gas money every time. It was starting to get so expensive that I don't ask her to do things for me as often as I used to. Well, I appreciate you offering to pay her, but, well, to be honest, I'm not sure I want you to do that. No, it's not that. Your offer to help doesn't offend me. It's just that, well, I'm not sure I can trust Pearl anymore. The last couple of times she got groceries for me, she didn't bring me any change. No, she told me she must have lost the receipt. But there sure wasn't $50 worth of groceries in that bag. Then yesterday, my credit union called, asking me something about power of attorney. Apparently, Pearl was there, showed them papers, allowed her to get into my accounts. I don't know what they're talking about, and I told them that.
What started off as a beneficial arrangement for this gentleman eventually turned into an exploitive situation, especially when his neighbor Pearl claimed access to his accounts as his power of attorney. A power of attorney is a legal document that authorizes one person to act on behalf of another in financial or health matters. It is a legal means for a person to plan for future assistance. Powers of attorney are especially helpful in emergencies, but they can be misused. Unless written into the power of attorney document, there are no legal requirements for oversight of a power of attorney's actions. This easy access to a senior's money and property with little or no oversight or accountability provides an opportunity for financial exploitation to occur. Now, to protect yourself, make sure your power of attorney stipulates that all transactions must benefit you. There is a mandatory accounting of all transactions to someone you designate, and the person serving as the power of attorney understands their responsibilities and limitations. Remember, be careful what you sign, and never, ever sign any legal document without first consulting your attorney. If you have concerns that a power of attorney is being misused, contact Adult Protective Services. Financial exploitation is devastating to anyone, but the elderly, unlike the young, do not have 15 or 20 more income-earning years to recover. Once their money is gone, it's generally irreplaceable. And when a person's funds are depleted, he or she has limited options that can affect their ability to remain independent. A loss of independence may result in depression, which can be life-threatening. Another thing, a person doesn't have to be rich to be a target of this crime. An older adult's vulnerability due to illness, confusion, or depression, and their close proximity to someone they trust or love, can make them an easy mark.
Mrs. Summers, Mrs. Summers, I'll be back this afternoon.
Where are you going?
I'll be back this afternoon, just as always.
Wait, what?
I gotta go, my ride's here.
Man, that old coot. She is so out of it. She's as dumb as a brick.
Did you get the check?
You bet. A couple of them right here. It's like taking candy from a baby. That old fool. She always has a couple of signed checks in her bureau drawer.
Are you sure she won't miss them?
Believe me, she doesn't even know what day of the week it is.
Cool. How much can we get?
Well, I saw her bank statement, and it said that she had $4,500 in her checking account. So, how much do you want?
Well, you sure she won't miss anything?
Trust me on this one. She never checks her bank account. In fact, she probably doesn't even know how much money she has.
Make the check out to me. Make it for some odd amount. That'll look more realistic. How about $610.95? That'll be good for starts.
Your driving is making my hands shake so much that it will look just like Mrs. Summers.
What you wanna do, you better back down, go. Cause you know I hit you real low. What you wanna do, like bust a bus, I got mad flow. I flip modes like modes.
Okay, so what could Mrs. Summers have done to prevent her caregiver from siphoning her checks? Well, she could have kept them in a locked drawer or safe. Better yet, she might consider doing away with a checkbook entirely and opening an automatic bill-paying account at a bank or credit union. Now, another option is to set up a protected account. Your account is flagged and any activity is closely watched. This is a good preventive measure that can help protect your money and be adapted to fit your needs. Your financial institution can help you explore other ways to protect yourself against exploitation. To report possible exploitation, call Adult Protective Services at their toll-free number. Chances are good that if an elderly or disabled person is being exploited financially, he or she is being victimized in other ways too. That means they could possibly be physically or verbally abused or neglected. Next, you'll meet Michael, the stressed-out owner of a successful contracting firm in dire need of more capital. He's been helping his Parkinson's-affected uncle. The two were very close when he was younger, but he's ill-equipped to handle his uncle's current needs, and as a result, he neglects and exploits him and lashes out verbally.
Hello, Michael. I'm glad you're here. The bulb burned down in the bathroom. Would you just replace that for me?
I'll get to that later, but right now what I need for you to do is sign this.
Where's the rest of the mail?
Right there on the table right there. What right now I need for you to do is sign this check.
What is it?
It's your Social Security check.
Where are my glasses? I can't see anything without them.
Now, hell you put your glasses at? Oh, here they are, right here. Now just sign the damn thing.
Michael, you know I can't tolerate that kind of talk.
Would you just hurry up and sign the damn check so I can go?
I'll sign the check. Just don't talk that away.
Just sign it so I can go.
Michael, I'm out of bread and milk.
You know something? I'm getting sick and tired of your crap. All you do is nag and complain about something. If it weren't for me coming over here and bringing your food and groceries, you had no one at all. And this thanks I get, all you do is nag and complain to me about something? You know something? I should leave you alone and see how you like that.
Even someone who loves you, who is close to you, can become too controlling, financially exploitive, and abusive given the right circumstances. People who are financially exploited are often being physically, verbally, or emotionally abused, or their health and personal care is being neglected. By stopping financial exploitation, other forms of abuse and neglect may also be prevented. Michael needs cash to keep his business afloat, and his uncle's Social Security checks are the temporary fix. But remember, his temporary fix is a crime. If you find yourself or a friend in a similar situation but are unsure about what steps to take, pick up the phone and talk it over with someone at Adult Protective Services.
Hello? Is it the hotline?
George was smart to call the hotline for help. Adult Protective Services will assist George in exploring other resources available in his community. They will help him locate services that can meet his needs and allow him to be less dependent on his nephew. Adult Protective Services will investigate reports of abuse, neglect, and exploitation, and when warranted, will refer reports to law enforcement. Adult Protective Services can provide interventions when needed and seek services as appropriate to help protect a senior or a disabled adult. As you've just seen, seniors can be victims of financial exploitation by their adult children and other family members, as well as paid caregivers. Sometimes a well-meaning daughter or son can overstep their authority in their attempt to assist. It's not easy for anyone to admit that someone we love and trust is taking advantage of us. And it's even more difficult to report this kind of situation. But there are many things seniors and the disabled can do to protect themselves and limit the opportunity for exploitation. Use direct deposit for your checks and cancel your ATM card if you don't use it. Carefully check monthly statements from your financial institution or have a trusted friend or a relative receive duplicate copies of these statements for review. Don't sign blank checks or give someone your ATM PIN number. Keep an inventory of all jewelry and don't leave other valuables, including your checkbook, lying around. Don't sign contracts or powers of attorney until you seek legal advice. Don't sign anything you don't understand. Ask your bank or credit union about ways to help protect your money. They can help you decide what option best meets your needs and keeps your finances safe. If you suspect that you or someone you know is being exploited, pick up the phone. Yes, call the number you see on the screen and talk it over with someone at Adult Protective Services today. Don't let yourself become a silent victim.